So, alright, so first and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yoshai, Ba'Shem, Kakadash. We say double and apostle and elders, a great Muslim and Ruba, our teachers, our apostles in the truth, and we say salutations so they can say push you with no truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly in season of the season, we say Shalom. Once again, I'm going into a video here and touching upon you with courage. Courage being something that we're supposed to have, right? And when you look at the meaning of the word courage, right, just in the Merriam-Webster, it says mental or moral strength to venture, persevere, and withstand danger, fear, or difficulty. So, see, courage now, it becomes what? A very important thing to have. Because as it says in a mental or moral strength to venture, persevere. Now, when you look at the meaning of the word persevere, right, tap. It says to persevere means to keep trying and not give up. And that's the next thing. So it goes to show how important having courage is. Because it basically to do what? It's to strengthen, so you wouldn't be able to do what? To give up. So it says persevere means to keep trying and not give up. Even when things are very bad or take a long time. Or what? Or take a long time. Right? So it doesn't matter how things may be, how long things may be, matter of fact, or how hard things may be, you always have to do what? To persevere and have that what? To have that courage, no matter what it is, and continuing to do what? To serve the Lord. Now, going into our scripture here, right? I wanted to start with the Psalms, but you know what? I'll go to Joshua, right? And let me go to Joshua chapter 1. And let me read from verse, let me go to verse 8. It said, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. He said, have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Now, what I want to do here, right? I'm going to pause here. Right. So what I wanted to do, why the government this meaning for? Why the government this meaning for? I don't understand. Let me go back a little bit. Let me click here. Why? And the reason why I say the government two meanings is because I have the meaning in the Strongs on a device that I'm reading from, and then all I wanted to do is pull it up on the screen here, but I'm just not getting the meaning. All right, so courage, right? Come from the word kazak. So you see to strengthen, prevail, harden, be strong, become strong, be courageous, be firm, grow firm, be resolute, be sore. Right? We say to strengthen, prevail, and this is again that having that courage to do what? When things become difficult, things become hard, you may be going through, tough times, but you continue to what? To have that courage. And that was, when you read Joshua 1 verse 9, I say, have not I commanded thee, be strong and of good courage, be not afraid. Right? Now what I want to do, right? So you say to prevail, right? Now what I want to do is go back here now. Let me get this here. It said to be strong, alert, courageous, brave, stout, bold, solid, hard. It said to be strong, right? It says strengthen, secure for oneself, harden, make firm, make obstinate, right? It said to be determined, to make oneself alert, strengthen oneself, confirm oneself, persist in, prove superior to, right? To exhibit strength. To what? To exhibit strength. And there's again how we have to be, because if we're going through certain things, we're facing certain things on a daily basis, that things higher, whereas we're going through physical stuff, sicknesses and so forth. You're going through the spiritual battles and so on. And yeah, it's just had the courage to what? To continue, to be strong, to always, as it say here, to persist, right? Say to exhibit strength. So when the hardness come, You have that courage to what to stay strong, to fight it. I've seen, right, men that follow the truth because there's the courage or the strength to fight certain things, right? And what went on, they just fall off, right? It's a it's a primitive route to be alert. It's a physically or mentally confirm. See, because it's a of good courage, steadfastly minded, strong, stronger, establish, fortify, harden, increase, prevail. To what? To prevail. Very important word, right? Very important word. Say strengthen and make strong. So when you look at when you even look at the meaning of the word prevail, right? Prevail. Prevail meaning, right? I say the word prevail means to win out, triumph, or prove superior after a struggle. And again, the fight that we face on a daily basis, right? To do what? They say what to you say to prove superior after a struggle, right? Right. So going back to the scripture here, um, it's a be not it's a be it's a have not I commanded thee, be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. So, and there's the next thing that thing to your mind. You know, having a courage to you know that the Lord will always be there for you. No matter whatever it is you may be facing, the Lord is always there. Right? In the courage to face our battles. Right? Continue pushing. Right? Straight on to the end. Right? So come back here and here, right? Persevere, right? Um, then we go to Psalms now. Go to the book of Psalms, and then we go to Psalms chapter 27 and verse 14. It says, "Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thy heart." Wait, I say, on the Lord. And hey, you're waiting on the Lord. Obviously, we know we're going to face trials and tribulations here. It's written. And we do, in the time of, in time that things that they may be facing, that may be coming to bring it down. You always had to know you had to wait on the Lord. The Lord is always there. And be of what? It's a good courage, a mental or moral strength to venture, persevere, to win. You say, and withstand danger. That is where it is. We know we're going to face things. And it have things that, like courage, patience, right? Um, courage, patience, to hold firm, right? Faith, all these things you're supposed to have. It may seem small, right? It may seem like simple things, like, yeah, well, yeah, that is, no, but it's things that they need to, you know. Saying it and having it is two different things, right? Because when you end up in a situation and you don't have that courage, you don't have that faith, and these are the things that is a necessity to you, what going to happen? How are you going to withstand the danger? Or those difficult times. So that is what the scripture say, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thy heart. Be of what? Good courage. So it's something that we need to have, right? Wait, I say, on the Lord, right? And wait. That patience, they work, all these things work together, right? Um, let's again scripture here. And I'm going to another scripture, Philippians 4, and I want to go to verse 13, right? Matter of fact, let me read from verse Mission verse 8, it says, finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. Those things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do, and the God of peace shall be with you. You see, but I rejoice in the Lord greatly that now at the last your care of me had flourished again, wherein ye were also careful, but ye lack opportunity. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content. Right? Read over that. Know that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content. I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. Verse 13, I can do all things through a Mashiach, which strengthen me. Right? Which what? Strengthen me. Right? They say, notwithstanding, ye have well done, that ye did communicate with my affliction. Right? And as verse 13 say, I can do all things through Hamashiach, which strengthen me. Right? They could do all things through the Lord. So that courage, as we know, read the Psalms, be of good courage and wait on what? On who? The Lord. Facing those things, to withstanding those dangers, withstanding the tough times that he may be going through. He don't make these things bring it on, weigh you down. I mean, obviously that at times that things may seem rough, but that is why that thing's written, where you're supposed to have that courage, that faith, that strength, that hope, the belief, right? Many other things that you need to have. You don't ever want to not have that courage and fall. And when the danger and the tough times come, you fall, Fall. That is why this word here is of such an important thing as persevere. To persevere means to keep trying and not giving up at all, right? When things are very hard or take a long time, right? So, it's such an important thing to have courage, right? So with that, once again, I give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. We said that when it's apostles and elders of Bible, son and Ruben, our teachers, our person should. And we say salutations, so we are come to the pursuit and the truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly in season and season. We say, Shalom.